President Biden is really in trouble right now, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So I'm going to report the latest polling. It's from CNBC, NBC News, very favorable to the Biden administration, and it's just Armageddon. The job performance numbers are now slipping into the mid-30s for Biden, and you can't recover from that. If the Republican Party had any kind of cohesiveness, which it does not, they would just walk in to the presidency and probably win the Senate and the House next November. But again, the Republican Party is very problematic. Okay, so Biden tonight is going to say, look, we have to defend Israel, and that's correct. We do. All right, you just can't let terrorists murder innocent women and children and stand by. If we do that, we're not really America. And then he's going to say we have to stop Putin in Ukraine, which is also true. It's true. Putin will run wild if he gets control of Ukraine, which he will not as long as the West supports it. So some data. U.S. aid to Ukraine from 22 to July 31st, 23, $77 billion. All right, it's according to the Council of Foreign Relations. Enormous amount of money. All right, and it'll be more. And Biden, because Biden's a huge spender. So Israel gets $4 billion every year and has since 2009. All right, so we just kick Israel that money to defend themselves primarily. So Joe Biden doesn't care about spending money, and he's going to be dead when the bills come due. That's not mean. I'm not being mean. That's a fact. All right, 20, 25 years, that's when all of this massive spending is going to really kick in and harm the nation, unless we get a balanced budget amendment out of these pinheads in Congress who are pretty much incapable of doing anything at this point, both parties. So Biden doesn't care. He just spend. That's all he does. Biggest spending president in history by far. He's only been president for 3 years. Trump was a big spender, but nothing like Biden. Okay, so with these poll numbers and with his popularity, Joe Biden's popularity crashing, his administration has to prop him up. That's why I went to Israel for a day. Nothing wrong with going to Israel. You know, it's good to send a signal to the Islamic world that the United States is going to back Israel. That's good. That'll tamp down any people who are wavering. All right? Particularly Iran. Iran gets involved, you have to think that even Biden will punish them militarily. Now, Trump did it. Now, this is fascinating. So you remember my book, Killing the Killers, and I hope you read it. If you didn't, you can still get it. But the United States assassinated Soleimani, the head of the Revolutionary Guard in Iran, who was in charge of Hamas, Hezbollah, and ISIS, and all of those people. All right, Soleimani was dictating what they do. We just blew him away, and we do a step-by-step in Killing the Killers had that happen. When he was assassinated, he was killed in Iraq, okay? The mullahs said, oh, we're going to get the United States. Oh, yeah, we're going to take revenge. Never did. Why didn't they? Because Donald Trump made it clear if Iran did anything, their ports were going to be bombed and their oil fields were going to be bombed. And that would be the end of their economy. So the mullahs did zero, nothing. They fear Trump, and that's a fact. All right? It is absolute fact. And all of the intel services all over the world know that. So now we have Biden. They don't fear Biden. Why would they? Biden has taken no punitive action against Iran at all. None. So I'm not saying, because I don't think it's logistically possible for Iran to insert itself in the Hamas-Israel situation, because Israel could bomb their ports and oil fields as well. And Iran could shoot down some planes, but they have no air force to speak of. They can't move troops into the Middle East. Logistically can't do it. So Iran will saber rattle, but I don't think they'll do anything. But if they did, would Biden take aggressive action? I don't know. But his administration has to prop him up. So he goes to Israel. One day, comes back, and tonight, as I said, he gives the nation a speech. And the speech will say, we're going to back Ukraine, we're going to back Israel, we're going to spend more money, and we're the stalwarts of democracy. That's who we are. Okay. What else is he going to do? All right, he's fallen apart, has to do this. It's not wrong. I'm not one of those who says Ukraine should be on its own or Israel should be on its own. It's not wrong, but there's a reason it's happening, and that's a memo. So let's go to that poll that I cited. It's a CNBC poll, all right? And 36 Democrat, 38 Republican, independent 19, fair survey, right? First question. In general, do you approve or disapprove of the job Joe Biden is doing? Approve 37%. Unbelievably low number. Disapprove 58. All right. Second question. In general, do you approve or disapprove of the way Biden's handling the economy? Approve 32%. That's an unbelievably low number. 63% disapprove. Now, why? Okay, we're not in a recession. It's because of the inflation for necessities. That people go to the grocery store and a gas station, you got to pay double sometimes what they paid under Trump. Even the dumbest American knows that. Okay? Third question. In general, do you approve or disapprove of the job Biden's doing dealing with foreign policy? 31% approve, disapprove 60. Why? Because there's so much chaos. Every time you turn around, it's Putin, it's China, it's Iran, it's Hamas, it's Mexico, it's fentanyl, it's cartels. Every time you turn around, it's something else. And what has Biden got to solve any of these problems? Nothing. We'll spend more money. Got nothing. So again, even the dumbest, well, no, 30%, no matter what you say, they'll support Biden or whatever. And finally, if the election were held today, would you vote for Trump or Biden? Trump 46, Biden 42, undecided 12. Okay, so that is an interesting sample right there. Again, NBC News is not an enemy of Biden. They don't scrutinize Biden. They're favorable to Biden. And they paid for that poll. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532.